Yes, I know, you might think the title is clickbait, but it is not. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Vivi and I draw and make these silly little characters that people find very hot, and I make content about them. So why am I making this video? Well, I wanted to give a quick life update. I have now graduated college. I did make a post about it on my social media and on here, as this is a big milestone for me. BFA in animation, all those hard-working years that I've paid off. So happy to have finally graduated. It hasn't set in that I've fully am out of school and now am in my adulthood. But I will miss my friends that I made along the way. They're making me visit them. But shout out to my friends from the cohort and my friends in the college town that I've met and kept. Everyone was so wonderful and supportive of me. I love you guys a lot, and I hope you guys are doing well. I miss y'all. Now, will I be doing anything with my degree? Will I go into some animation company and work for them? What happened? I don't think so. I mean, I could, but I don't think I'm gonna work within the animation industry. I actually want to work more in the game industry. I've been looking more into jobs that are in that department because I absolutely love concept art and character design, so that's what I plan on doing for my career. Now, if I can magically find a job, that'd be great. God forbid a person needs a job. And that's pretty much my personal life update. I now have the time, like all the time in the world, to do anything. So I want to focus more on personal projects, social media, and time to take care of myself, and also indulge in hobbies that I didn't feel like I had the time to do so. Speaking of personal projects, I'm finally going to make this damn webcomic. I know. After all the pressing questions and comments about it, I have finally started thinking about the story organizing and how things are going to go. I know I have said that I've made up excuses as to why I didn't start the story because, I'm bad at organizing, or, I didn't have time to think of. Well, I can't make up those excuses now, can I? So the official name of this story is called Change of Heart. I mentioned this before in my Q&A video, but just in case if anyone hasn't watched it yet, it's called Change of Heart. I chose this name for it because I wanted this story to touch on people in their early 20s navigating through hardships and life. Something along those lines. I can show you guys the synopsis I wrote right here. I'm not too sure if the webtoon will be fully relatable, but people have told me they find comfort in my characters and see themselves in them, whether it be their stories or the physical appearance, and that makes me really happy. Like, that's my goal for my characters, is for people to feel seen. I mean, even if they're extremely hot, according to literally everyone I talk to, I'm glad people still feel seen. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. Vivi, why do you have so many characters in the first place? Well, my good friends, I actually did not realize the character amount came up to this much after I made them. Hell, even 9 characters was already a lot, but I wanted to give them family members and roommates, and somehow it came of this. The only reason why I drew their full bodies is to actually make updated character profiles. Despite being only side characters, I believe they serve a crucial purpose in the story to make the universe more lively and wide. You feel me, you know? Especially the family members, they're essential. I also have been wanting to do their full bodies for a while. I knew it was gonna take me a long time. It took me a whole week to finish and it took me 3 days to color, but we did it. So I'm essentially knocking out 2 drawing ideas at once. I also laid them out like this 2 by 2, just so it's easier and faster for me to color them. But I'm going to save each one as a separate drawing so I can make their profiles. I also posted their lineups. By the time that y'all see this, it's already gonna be up, so I hope you guys check that out, you know? Now, why am I writing such a story? When I came up with the idea in the first place, I was in my early 20s figuring myself out like everyone else did. Well, okay, I'm still in my early 20s, I'm only 22, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. At first, I wanted to write this based off of my own experiences, since I thought utilizing this as an outlet for my troubled soul would benefit me. I was going through it during this period of my life, I can't lie to you. Every time I look at my document entries during that time, I sit there laughing because all of this for a guy? Well, 2 guys? No, wait. 3? Okay, you get the point. But that's besides the point. I shouldn't laugh at the Vivi from the past, the emotions that were true and real to them in the moment. I thought it'd be a great outlet to write about my experiences, but as time progressed, my characters strayed away from being extensions of myself, but rather characters of their own. They became people with their own hobbies, personalities, and stories to tell. Despite them being their own characters now, I do sprinkle a little bit of me into them, but I do prefer it to be this way, since if I told their stories through the scope of my lenses, I don't think it would have done the characters any justice. I treat them like my babies. My OCs are my babies. Like, come on now. I can't. They're my babies, but they're very hot. I don't know. I also want to make this story to, I guess, show everyone that change can impact someone either positively or negatively, or honestly do nothing at all. Like, change is such an important factor in life, and everyone will go through it if they put the steps to make that change. That is essentially my goal for this, but I do want to make this fun for people to read too. So don't worry, the whole story won't just be very plot heavy and just sad and thought provoking. I definitely want to drop in my TikTok skits I did into it. It's kind of like an homage to it, you know? Did I pronounce that word right? I hope I did. Now, moving on to the delivery, I know you guys want to know where and when this all takes place, what their world looks like, etc., etc. Well, here you go, I'm giving them to you. So, in Change of Heart, this is gonna be set in America because I live in America and it's just easier for me. But the characters will reside in a completely made up area. They live in a city called Heartwood. I made it up for my own sake. I'm not making them live somewhere like Alabama or something. Only the main crew and their roommates live there though. Their families live in their respective hometown or somewhere else. The characters that do go to college all go to Heartwood University. Honestly, I might just like 3D model the classrooms that I need for this university, plus other buildings or something, like the settings, just to make it easier for myself. I also have like main spots everyone hangs out at, like the cafe, the mall, tattoo parlor, park, diner, lunch area, possible restaurants, downtown club areas, and their apartments. I might add more, but I don't exactly know. But so far, I only came up with, for the names of course, is Lubba Latte for the cafe, Cynthia Mall, Skull Ink for the tattoo parlor, Heart and Soul BBQ for the restaurant that Theo and Evan works at. At first I was gonna make like Evan not have a job, but then I thought, wow, since they hate each other, like it'd be so funny if they work at the same place, you know? But there's probably gonna be more areas I'll add, like I said earlier, but as I'm not an environment artist, I might limit myself to just the ones that I listed. But also feel free to leave some suggestions down below, and maybe it could give me some ideas and inspiration. As you guys can see, there is an ongoing theme of love and hearts with this city. It's not set in stone, but the aesthetic I want to go for the city is like pretty pinks and browns, kind of like cherry blossom type vibe, but I'm not sure. I need to compile a mood board. I'm still working on the characters. Just give me a second. I'm working on their backstories. Essentially, I want the vibe of this city to be soft, bright with pinkish hues. I need to make an environment art or something for this because I can't visualize it right now. Every time I speak on it, I only see cherry blossom trees, and I might add those. I don't know. For the year and time period it's set in, it is set in modern time, specifically fall of 2022. The specific date starts somewhere, I want to say middle of their first semester, so September, October, kind of like before Evan's birthday, because I want a chapter to like dedicate for his birthday. I also made his age very off when I was making him the first time, so I had to make it work somehow. But also it's because something always be happening in those months. Y'all would hate to admit it, but it does happen. Now, the only reason why I made it that year in specific, because that's when I started to finally discover myself. To preface, the designs you see on the screen right now, the ones I'm coloring in, are how they all look in 2022. And their designs will slowly change with time and the experiences they go through. So like they would look completely different in 2025 or the same depending on how much they change and what they go through. I'm locking this in. The time period ain't changing. It ain't changing. At first, I wanted to make it in the early 2000s, but I'm not too sure about that time period. And like, I don't know, I guess I'm just like, I wasn't confident that I would accurately portray that time period. I've also noticed that so many people are creating their stories and their characters in those years. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I find the designs that come from those years to be so creative and I love it. I just think it'd be easier for me to put them in the same time period as me. I'm still working on the world building, but I feel like I've made a good amount of progress. It's gonna take me some time, but I definitely will be able to set time for this project finally. I just hope that I will be able to, I don't know, like complete it and be satisfied with it. I don't know, sometimes I'd be wanting to scrap the whole idea and pretend that nothing happened, but we're going through with it, we're locking in. Everyone, I've already gotten too many people excited for it, so I can't disappoint them and I can't disappoint myself. Now, before I go into writing the webtoon, I have been refining and writing out their backstories. I'm currently, I just finished Aaron's. So far I have Elise, Jay's, Aaron's, and Evan's backstories all written out. Very brief, not very brief, but it's like a good amount of detail to where I can make an animatic about it. So I've been writing it out to keep their backstories cohesive. I've also been organizing every single one of their personalities into different documents in my Google Docs because I want to make sure that I get every single one of them right, or else I will lose my mind. But I definitely really want to make them into animatics, like their backstories, because their backstories are so interesting. I was cooking, okay? When I wrote out Aaron's earlier, I was like, oh my goodness, I really cooked. I was almost like, oh my god. But I'll definitely start on those after I finish making the profiles for them. I've already built such a good foundation of the characters. Now it's time to get into the real meat of them. Like, it's finally time to actually show people how they've been brought up and who they are as people, rather than just confine them into the skits that I push out. You know, hit them where it hurts. And that way I can also have reference to go back to in case I do touch on their backstories in the webtoon/webcomic itself, which I will, since it's so crucial to their character developments. Like, that's just how they are. I'll also still be doing commissions though, since many people want that as well. And I want to keep myself busy. That way I'm not aimlessly, I don't know, standing in the abyss having a quarter life crisis. As we reach the end of this video, I'd like to thank you all for sticking with me on this journey of not only just my creations, but my life as well. I'm honestly so grateful that you all love my characters as much as I do. I never really thought that I'd make it this far with my art. I never thought that I'd reach to make a webtoon at all until now. So thank you all so much for your support. And I hope you guys look forward to what I create and have in store for them, or just like what I create in general, you know, stuff like that. I appreciate that you all sat here and listened to me ramble. So please like and subscribe, and if you guys have any questions about my characters, my world, or questions about me in general, like, feel free to leave in the comment section as well. Okay, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!